Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Ultimate Decades Challenge. We are in 1338. In the last episode, we spent some time with Romarin apprenticing at his uncle Noah's inn, after which we brought Romarin and his brother Khalil to the community center to get to know some potential spouse candidates. And get to know them they did. In between episodes, we had a devastating loss. Ghislaine's daughter Gemma passed away. I pled for her, but it was to no avail. We also lost Thora, Zane's eldest daughter, who he had already saved from death twice, so at this point I think it was just her destiny. Thankfully, everyone else survived, including Alexander's child Octavian and Gabriella's eldest child Shanna, who is now a teen. Today, we are with Khalil, who has been sent for his own apprenticeship with a jeweler. You may remember Henry Stafford from the last episode. I have created some parents for her, and we are currently on the lookout to see if Mary may currently be pregnant, although I will say she doesn't seem to be so far. By the way, I have updated my game. I have gotten the latest expansion pack, and our favorite wellboy here is now officially a fairy. I am very much looking forward to seeing how this is going to affect our gameplay. I have not tested the new pack out at all, so I'm also looking forward to seeing the new luck system and the ailments, even though I have heard that there have been some issues with that, so we'll see what happens. I would like to give you a quick little introduction of who else is in this family. So this is Elizabeth Stafford. She is Mary's mother, and we have Henry, who is her father, and he is a jeweler. He's going to be mentoring Khalil, and he also has a second apprentice here. Her name is Helena Grime. She comes from the gallery. She is by Segosaurus Jess, and she actually had the Crystal Crafter aspiration when I added her to my game, so I thought she would be a perfect addition to the family. If you can hear some weird sound, it's my baby, once again, playing with a crinkly book. So Helena here has the Crystal Crafter aspiration, and she is a creative genius as well as being unconventional. So I feel like Helena might sort of be a rival for Romarin, as in she's going to strive to get their mentor's approval. However, at the same time, I feel like she might actually be a rival for Mary, because since they don't have a son, I wonder if the shop might eventually go to Henry's male apprentice, which in this case would be Khalil. And being a little ambitious and wanting to be the best crystal crafter there is, Helena might actually want to marry Khalil in hopes of inheriting this shop. Because Mary, she is more of a romantic. She wants to find her soulmate, and she is delightful, gentle, humble, and cute. She does not have any professional ambitions. She wants to marry, and she just wants to love her husband and be happy. Unless, of course, she marries Khalil and Khalil, inherits the shop, because that's sort of what I see with Mary. Mary may have seen Khalil as a bit of a bad boy. She's been a little bit sheltered. She met Khalil, thought he looked so cool, and, he's evil, so he probably looks a bit, mysterious. And he's also smug, so maybe he just gave her this really good impression where she's like, oh, this guy is really cool, and he's a bad boy, and now she's interested in him. And she convinced her father to take him on as an apprentice. And, there could be some fairy magic involved in all of this. I don't think Khalil seduced her with his great personality. If he did seduce her, it's probably with a little bit of fairy dust, Mary potentially convinced her father to take Khalil on as his apprentice, and now she hopes probably that her father will leave her and Khalil the shop if they marry. However, Helena, while not really having as much money, is probably a better candidate for that, as she actually does want to learn the trade, and she would probably be a better person to run a household and a shop. And then the next person we've got here, oh, hang on, she's dressed for winter. This is another sim by Segosaurus Jess. Her name is Rickled Gary. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She is a relation of the family. Her parents passed away, and she moved in with them And the Stafford family don't have any other children. I have a feeling they did want more children, but it just wasn't in the cards for them. So then when their distant relation Rickhild found herself without parents and with nowhere to go, I feel like they offered to take her in. Rickhild, however, is, oh, great. She wants to argue about school already with Helena. She is spoiled. She's a music lover, she's hot-headed, and she's a party animal. So she's not exactly the sweet little girl that Mary is. You know, she's quite different, and I feel like Rickhild might actually feel like she's a little bit stuck here. While she's probably grateful to them for taking her in, she might actually be looking for an opportunity to get away from it all, and Khalil might actually be the ticket she's been waiting for. If Khalil returns to our main household, or possibly even inherits our main household, because we don't know what's going to happen with Romarin either. If Romarin passes away, Khalil's our next heir, so perhaps she would actually like to follow Khalil back to our main household and stay with him while he opens a shop there. I have a feeling she isn't really a fan of whatever plans the Stafford family have for her, perhaps finding her a suitable match. She's a bit more wild and free-spirited, so I have a feeling she would fit better with a slightly less conservative family. So she is yet another contender for Khalil's heart, or at least his hand in marriage. We don't know, you know, he is evil. We don't know how love is going to go for him, but she might be another person who's interested in potentially marrying Khalil, especially if he doesn't stay here. I was actually just about to have Khalil come and ask for mentorship because I actually have, mentoring, not mentorship. I'm sorry. I've had this pack for a very long time, the Gemology pack, and I've never actually used any of the features, so I am curious to... Excuse me? Khalil has a crush on Henry? Yeah, he has a crush on his teacher, I guess. I mean, it's happened to most of us, hasn't it? Can you imagine Khalil having an affair with Henry while also sleeping with his daughter? I mean, he is evil. It would track. So, oh, we've got all the ladies. Oh, the ladies are not get along so well. But you're the one who started it. Why are you the one who's crying? She's having a mood swing. She's on the edge of a breakout. Does she mean like acne? It's okay. I deactivated acne in my game, Rickhild. You can be as stressed out as you like. I think the mentoring thing is part of the business and is part of the businesses and hobbies pack. Actually, this is kind of cute. I think I'm gonna get a picture of this. look at like he's dead inside. I'm not sure he's enjoying this after all. So let's take a little look at Mary here. Her bladder need isn't going down too fast, so I think we're in the clear. So Khalil doesn't need to marry her if we don't want him to, because he is still very young. So I would kind of prefer to give him an opportunity to get to know a bunch of Sims, perhaps even find his soulmate if that's in the cards for him, and then we can choose a little bit later. A bit like Romarin, I wasn't really planning on getting him married until after his apprenticeship ended, so until he's a young adult, which is still in quite a few years, so we've got time yet to find him a wife. And Henry has felt a calling from within the realms. It's very important for him to embrace his true nature and be a bridge between worlds. Mystical? I'm gonna say yes. I'm assuming it's because he's interacting with a fairy, although he shouldn't necessarily know that Khalil is a fairy. I mean, I'm not sure he's heard the story of how Khalil was given to the Barrow family by a demon living in the well. I'm sure the Barrow family doesn't really want that story to come out. And honestly, I'm not even sure what the mystical trait is. The deck, I guess it came with the new pack. Feeling a strong affinity for both the natural and supernatural, mystical Sims see higher purpose in living harmoniously in each world and sharing that with other Sims. These Sims learn apothecary and gardening skills faster and have an easier time building friendships with occult Sims. Mystical Sims can offer to grant a sacred blessing to other Sims, which increases balance. Okay, I don't really know much about the balance system either. My only understanding of balance is that if it gets too low, they get sick. So it expresses how a Sim's mood affects them over time beyond moment to moment. Alright, and so as a fairy, he has emotional force as a need. He needs to absorb the emotions of other Sims. Okay, how's she feeling? She's feeling flirty. She's attracted to him. Well, okay. I thought these two might actually be rivals, but they're instantly good friends. Okay, so can he do something about her emotions? Deep conversation, that's fine. Swooning over crush. Henry can't stop daydreaming. Wait, did I read that notification wrong? Is Henry the one with a crush? No. Okay, it seems they have a mutual crush. Okay, that's funny. Like, Khalil tried to seduce Mary and accidentally seduced the father too. Or at least got him to like him in a romantic capacity. Okay, hang on. Do I have a fairy? Yeah, okay, a fairy menu. We can detect emotions, which creates an area of effect around Khalil. Surrounding Sims will display their current emotion as well as how powerful that emotion is. And then he can pretend to be interested in non-fairy Sim traditions. This is very Khalil-esque. So we're gonna go with that. And then I also like flood with laughter. I don't know what that's gonna do. Okay, I'm sorry, Henry. You need to go. Khalil has earned fair experience and has begun his journey down a path of wonder and magic. Oh, that's not very subtle. Oops. Oh, their relationship went down. Oh, it's a bad interaction? Oh, I thought he would like do it secretly or something, but that was very obvious. He can earn experience by performing fairy-related interactions, including shrinking and interacting with objects or using fairy abilities. Khalil needs to be careful. If he continues to absorb emotions that are too powerful, he'll become overloaded. How do I know that? A fairy's whimsical nature makes their sense of humor top-notch. Oh, that's cute. Oh, so I didn't really expect that interaction to be like a negative one. What's the sentiment here? She feels wronged by Khalil, and being around Khalil will remind Helena of that pain. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's not what I was expecting. Well, at least they're singing now, and now she's feeling very flirty. And he randomly wants to go and insult Rickhild. Okay, you do you. You might notice I have Romarin down here. It's just because I have him as a selectable sim, just in case I need him for anything. He's not actually in this household. So then, I'm not sure I understand. How is Khalil supposed to gain emotional force if Sims don't want him to? Oh no, is he getting an ailment already? But he's balanced. I don't know how to incorporate ailments within the challenge, in the sense I'm not sure. Should we be rolling as soon as Sims get an ailment or not? Because if I do, I've read that Sims get ailments really often, so it might not be the best option. We'll have to see how many ailments we get, and then we'll figure out if we roll every time or how we're gonna do this. Okay, so everybody's singing because of the autumn harvest. I did go to the main household and I did the harvest off camera. Oh no, she's getting sick too? We're gonna have to get an apothecary in the family. Maybe that's going to be Edward. Macabre Edward. Maybe he's going to study corpses and such and become an apothecary. Oh! Oh. Really? I thought I fixed my Wicked Whims options. Oh! Okay. Well, they're just making out for now. It seems like they were working in Henry's workshop and things got heated in a bad way and then in a good way. They're right next to the family. They really are not being subtle at all. I may need to play around with my Wicked Whims options again. Look, she's doing party tricks. Okay, Rickhild. Maybe you're another sim we're going to take to the tavern, along with Khalil and Romarin in the future. You look like you could be quite a bit of fun. Poor Mary. Your, boyfriend that you got an apprenticeship for is, getting busy with another lady. Loathsome lecture. Parents always believe they know best. Okay. Yeah, I feel like Mary, perhaps she had a bit of a bad influence from Rickhild, and she's now also looking to sort of break free from her parents' influence. Impending overload from absorbing an emotion that is too powerful. Oh, because she was very inspired. So they finished their little wicked woohoo there, but it was only like a kissing animation, so nothing really happened. Khalil tried to absorb another Sim's emotion, but it was too strong to remove. The emotional force he got back feels wrong. If he continues to absorb... Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to be careful about that. Oh, he's seeing a cute Sim. That's Mary. Okay, so despite the wicked woohoo that he had with Helena, he doesn't have a romance bar with her yet. The only romance bar he has currently is with Mary. Man, look at him. He thinks he's so funny. He's just entertaining his ladies there, and oh, look at him in his pajamas. I sent him for a woohoo with his wife because both of them were flirty. I thought it would calm them down, but it just got both of them even flirtier. Oops. You okay there? You look like you're having you have a fever or something. He wants to ask Mary to be his girlfriend. Really? Khalil, you surprise me. Well, maybe he just wants to get the family to like him even more. Should I ask her to be my girlfriend? Well, that's what he wants, so we're gonna do it. I mean, it probably won't stop him from flirting with other ladies if he really wants to. See, I'm trying to find how to make her our girlfriend, but I just can't find it. See, it's not under chained relationship. I'm having a really hard time understanding these new categories. Is it in romance then? I don't know. Oh no, they're all getting sick. But where do I see that? How can I tell if they're sick? I like that he doesn't believe in the occult, but he's a fairy. And he's an authentic prankster because I didn't even know this was a thing. He maxed the mischief skill as a teen, so now he can reap the reward. Khalil can now continue teen pranks even after growing up, no longer gets caught pranking, and has an easier time doing funnier mischief socials. That's fun. And Mary unlocked the home remedy special touch for family recipes by overcoming a common illness. But how can you tell if they have a common illness? That's what I don't really understand. By the way, I did the same thing as with Romarin. Yellow, your confidence is off the charts. A charmer like you can command anything to anything of the universe. What interaction is that? Anyways, I gave the family $10,000, 10,000 simoleons as payment for the apprenticeship, and I also wrote down how much money that we have, and whatever profit we make running the shop here is going to follow us back to our main household, just because I'm not going to be playing the main household as much, and we are going to need some revenue if we want to survive the tallage. Otherwise, Brayden and Romarin are going to jail, so that might be another occasion for Khalil to take control of family if he really wants to. In fact, maybe he's going to sabotage the family. I don't know. See, family recipes are another thing that I haven't really tried. Family recipes. So she unlocked... Let's try something that could work for a medieval. Franks and beans? No, maybe not. I know, I guess I'm gonna do a garden salad. And then the secret ingredient to the salad is going to be there. It's going to be apples. And then we want home remedy. It reduces the duration of illnesses. Okay, I'm going to call it Dr. Salad. Whatever. There. I think it's even funnier like this. Dr. Salad, MD. I don't know what I'm doing. And they're pretty well off. They should probably have a servant to do the cooking for them, but whatever. Resume your Dr. Salad, MD. Oh, I didn't even mention the build. So this here is known as House Coletta. It is a build by Paradise Beach 90, but I actually follow their Patreon. I think they're known as Game Tashtish on Patreon. And this is where I got this build. It wasn't originally a shop. I sort of turned it into one, but it really is a pretty build. They have great medieval builds if you're ever looking for some. So this is the house from the exterior, and then if we go down, I sort of set this up to be the shop. And then we've got, of course, the kitchen here, and I turned this was originally like a little living room with a fireplace. And then what is this? Red, bold color? what is this interaction? Anyways, so I set this up as a sort of workshop for him and his apprentices. And then up here, we've got Khalil's room, which is in the little corner here. I don't know, I gave him some mystical stuff. This is a seed for the tree that came with Crystal Creations. I gave him one just to see if we might plant it somewhere, but I feel like it's the kind of thing that Khalil would have to have like a little secret haven for him to plant it in and then secretly grow this tree and come back with all of these gemstones. So maybe when we get back home, we're gonna give him a little spot for his secret tree. And then over here, this is the girls' room. So Rickhild and Mary are both sleeping here. And then we've got the parents' room back here. And I made a little room up here. This was originally going to be Khalil's room, but then I ended up making it Helena's because, oh, travel to prom? It's probably not going to work, but let's do it. Let's bring all the girls, all the teens. We can say there was a little party organized at a local barn for all of the teens to socialize with a chaperone and all that. Okay, we've loaded in and, well, there's nobody here, but nobody left either, so it's a start. It's a start. Who's this? Okay, this is the principal, and then she's probably like oh no, she's another teen. Okay, well, we've got a few Sims here, and, why do you have horns? I mean, I gave him horns, but I gave him horns on his fairy look, not, oh. Well, anyways, that's an accident. Oh, he got horns on all of his outfits except the everyday one. Okay, I'm gonna have to fix that later. All right, so I invited over Romarin along with the teen club. So this is just a bunch of teens that we have in the neighborhood. It's just an opportunity for all of them to get up to no good again. And Romarin wants to ask Brielle to be his girlfriend. Okay, so here's Romarin. He's in the bathroom with Randall. He has a romance bar with Randall. I don't really know how that happened, or at least I don't remember. Okay, here's Brielle. So let's go ahead and ask her. Nope, see, I still don't know where the interaction is, and even if I search for it, I can't find it. That's a shame. I have no clue how to make her a girlfriend, so it is what it is. We're gonna have to live with it. So how's Khalil doing here, surrounded by ladies again? Of course the chaperone is keeping an eye on him. Okay, so I want to do the prom objectives here. He has to dance, so I ended up adding like a radio lute here. And dance battle? I don't know. Let's do it. Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Romarin's busting a move. Oh, look at Mary. She's so cute. Oh, and this is Zan. This is a sim by Calypso by the Sea. Khalil's getting a lot of great sentiments with Mary, and the romance bar keeps going up. Could it be that Mary dislikes jokes? Okay. That probably won't go very well with Khalil. Does Romarin like hardworking sims? Yeah, sure. Oh. Oh, okay. So Rukild was crowned prom queen, and Mary is I don't know, prom jester? What is this? That's cute. I hope she won't keep that hat too long. Okay, so we've got our sims dancing here. And it's actually already the end of the day, so I'm actually going to leave this part here. Today was a very smooth episode. We just got to see where Khalil is currently living and how he's getting on with his mentor. So we're gonna get back to him sometime in the future to see how everything is going with him and all the ladies in the household. In the next episode, we're probably going to take a little look at what's going on at the war camp. And of course, we're also going to go back and see how Romarin is doing. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.